Just this evening, we have learned that two elderly men in Lebanon have tested positive for COVID-19.
Both men live at the Oregon Veterans Home in Lynn County. Let's get right out to our Fox 12's Drew Reeves, who is live at that facility and brings us the very latest. Drew.
Yeah, we have learned that both of those men who did test positive for COVID-19 are over the age of 80. That means that they are part of the most vulnerable population when it comes to COVID-19. Now, those test results did come back positive just today. The testing was done at the state lab early this morning, and by 3 this afternoon, the state learned that both men were positive for COVID-19. The Oregon Department of Veteran Affairs says that the men started displaying symptoms around March 8th and were initially tested for the flu and other respiratory illnesses. However, when those tests came back negative, it was decided the men would be tested for coronavirus. The department says the men have been isolated and all staff are wearing personal protective equipment. They say they want to make sure this virus does not spread to the rest of the men and the women at the facility, who are nearly all over the age of 70.
Our veterans at those homes are the most vulnerable population that we serve. They've served honorably for their country and risked their lives, and now we consider it a privilege to be in charge of protecting their lives and well-being.
A sign on the building's door says the facility is on lockdown and that visitors are not being allowed inside. Family are asked to try and Skype or find another way to communicate with their loved ones who are in there. The Oregon Health Authority also took samples for COVID-19 testing of everyone who lives in the facility and who works there. Now, one interesting thing to note about this is that the samples for these two men were originally being sent to the University of Washington and were going to expire. When the Oregon Health Authority found out about that, they had them immediately rerouted to the state lab and were tested there this morning. The OHA says it does not know who made the decision to send those samples to UW, and it is not in line with their guidance to clinicians. Reporting live in Lebanon tonight, Drew Reeves, Fox 12 Oregon.